Question: do you think that small wins mean a lot? Honestly, I do. Back in a minute. Hey, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Look behind me. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. My stockpile shelving is growing. Yes, indeed it is. And despite the fact that I had a little hiccup with that previous order, it actually kind of sort of worked out all around because I'm using that shelf. I decided not to use it just for knickknacks. I said, let me utilize this. And I realized that in my home office, I needed an extra space to put little things like my notebooks, my pencils, things of that nature. So that is the perfect place to keep it. So it actually worked out that I actually needed that smaller rack. So thankfully, but look behind me now. You see now how I can store separately from the food. I can now store my paper towel, my bathroom tissue. This, of course, is the beginning. It's just the beginning. And of course, I'm going to build upon it. But that was the whole idea. So, yes, small wins do mean a lot. Well, at least to me anyway. How do you feel about that? I want to point out to anyone who's contemplating beginning a stockpile. Is it a very difficult thing to do when you start? Absolutely not. It does require a little bit of forethought and planning. In my case, I had it in my mind that I would take this wall, which is part of a spare guest bedroom, and I don't really have too many guests here, so actually it doesn't make a difference. So if a relative comes over and needs to use a spare guest bedroom, I asked them, "Would you mind having a couple of shelves with grocery items on?" And they said no. They'll feel like they're sleeping in the grocery store, and they'll just start laughing and things of that nature. And they're like totally fine with that. So if you happen to have that kind of space, yes, that's great. But not everyone has a spare guest bedroom. Many people do not. But if you just have a regular apartment or a house and you just don't have a lot of space, find a wall that has a blank space. Most anyone could do that. If you do not have wall space, but if you do, get these kind of shelves. They're easy to put together, they're relatively inexpensive, and actually, it's actually worth the investment. And as far as the contents go, you could begin by going into your current or active pantry and taking one or two cans of extra stuff that you have in that active pantry to sort of begin your, as I call this, extended pantry, or sometimes I even say saving pantry, but you know what I'm saying. And actually, Lynn Wilson from the At Home with Lynn Wilson channel, she calls it her overflow pantry. I like the idea of the easy accessibility. When I need something, I don't have to worry about, going into like it's sort of as if like you can make your own walk-in closet if you have a spare room. If you have a spare room, all you need is some racks and some shelves, and you have your own walk-in closet on the cheap. That's like a really cheap secret that I have tried to mention to a few people who want to spend a ton of money on construction of a walk-in closet. If you have a spare room, even a half a spare room, you can make your own walk-in closet. So why couldn't I make my own walk-in pantry? And for me, this is absolutely a pleasure to do. So I may not now, I'm very happy the way things are, but I may at some point extend rather to another wall in this very same room. But that won't be for quite a while. I'm thinking more like if I do that, it's a thought right now, but I'm leaning towards maybe a thought in the summer months. Okay. And right now it's just a thought. So I'm perfectly happy. And I just like having this access. Anyone can do it. And I mean anyone. If you have a wall, you get shelves. And for those that don't have that spare wall, there are so many other places. I know we've covered this topic in the past, but I'm going to ask some of you fellow people that have stockpiles and pantries to please give hints or tips to other people who may be beginning. A great place to start to learn how to do a pantry. There are two channels, and I'll mention them every time. I don't care because I'm directing you to the right places regarding that. Go to either or both is my best recommendation, to the Rhoda Stone channel or go to the At Home with Lynn Wilson channel. And by the way, I have very exciting news. Two things. A week from Saturday night, on January 22nd, there's going to be a special collab show at 8 p.m. And the three of us are participating. It's going to be Lynn Wilson and Debbie from the How Debbie Saves channel, and yours truly. 8 o'clock the 22nd with savings, tips, and tricks. So try not to miss it. I hope you guys can get there. The other exciting thing is that Debbie is going to answer some of those questions that were left. Remember last week? So we're going to record that broadcast in the middle of the week, and I hope to have that uploaded by Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, if all goes well. Any changes? I'll be the first one to let you guys know. So congratulations that to myself. I have to say congratulations that this is growing, and my plans are in place, and I'm just super, super excited. Small things, big wins. Yes, for me, this was a big win. And you could have the same win too. Hey, share some of your stockpile wins. Whether you picked up something on the cheap that you didn't expect to be so cheap, let me know. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. I'm looking for my outro song. And I'm wishing everybody an amazing, fantastic weekend. I look forward to seeing everybody again when? Real soon. I'll come back with a wave, but here we go. Take good care, everyone. Lots of luck with your pantries and your stockpiling. I mean it. Take good care. Good night.